All right, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of the podcast. Today we'll be talking about mindfulness, but before we dive into that, I would like to announce that I have a life coaching program coming out this month. It's going to be incredibly high quality. There's a bunch of videos that dive into stuff like social anxiety, your physical well-being, how to gain confidence, and many more topics that get very elaborate. Follow my spam TikTok for more updates. Alex said like spam. I'll put it right here. Just go follow that, and I'll be posting about it like every 3 days with updates. So we're going to dive into mindfulness, and mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present in the moment and aware of where we are, what we're doing, what's going on around us, and how to be fully in this very moment at all times. Well, not at all times, but just some moments, pick yourself out and calm yourself down.
Sometimes it's very hard to be mindful, definitely. It's definitely a skill. Everyone has this, by the way. Everyone has the ability to be mindful. Mm-hmm. You're born with that. But it's how you access that. Mm-hmm. So it's truly finding your peace of mind, and peace of mind is mindfulness. So how I find my mindfulness in scenarios, for example, would be like if I'm sitting outside and I'm just very, very in the moment, observing things. I'm observing how I feel towards those objects or things, and I'm just taking it all in.
Take it all in. And that's why I like walking. I go on walks probably 3 times a week. I'll just walk around the block and I'll just look at the trees. I'll be like, these things are actually kind of dope. I don't really acknowledge these trees as much, or I'll whenever I've mentioned this in other podcasts, whenever I sit in my car and I feel like I'm rushing myself to go somewhere, as soon as I close the door, I collect myself, I focus on my breathing, and just really, I remind myself of life, basically, and how life can be taken either incredibly hard or you don't have to make such big deals out of things. Right. It's the grand scheme of life. How relevant is this moment going to be in your whole grand scheme of your life? I mean, you can look at it as, well, this moment is my whole life, and this is all I have, and I need to always be striving for more in this moment, because you can't be like, my future self will do this, because your future self is just going to be what you are right now. Mm-hmm. So being able to strive for prosperity in the now is such a great trait, because that's all you'll ever have. Got anything?
Yeah, it's cool that you brought up walking and kind of being mindful while walking, because I actually just learned the other day that's a real thing. You can actually meditate while walking. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I didn't really know a whole lot about mindfulness until I started listening to people talk about it these last couple of days, just preparing for this one. Listen to a lot of Sam Harris. That's the guy. Go check him out.
That's the guy.
But yeah, you can do mindfulness meditation literally wherever you are. It doesn't matter where you are. You can do it. And kind of what Sam Harris was saying that really kind of opened it up for me is mindfulness is being able to be in the present. And what that means to me is being in a state of mind where you're able to fully leverage your attention on one certain thing. Most people, as they go about their lives, their brain is just spitting out thoughts at them, and they 24/7.
Can't really control them.
And I think a truly meditating and being in a state of mindfulness is being in a state where you're focused on something, and you get to the point where you're your brain's just not even spitting out thoughts at you anymore. You're completely in the present.
Literally.
You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future.
You know what this reminds me
of?
You're
completely encased with what's going on right now.
100%. This feeling is so relatable, because you can relate this to sports. When you're in the moment,
dude, that is fully.
When you and I are playing, when we played lacrosse in high school, that was an insane environment when it was a close game, and you're in the moment, nothing else can take you away from it. You're feeling all the adrenaline rushing through you. You hit the game tire, you hit the game winner. Those feelings are just unreal.
Unmatchable, I bet.
You feel them to their true potential, at that certain time.
Mm-hmm. What was that? What if you had to describe how that emotion felt? What? Put it into words.
Dude, absolutely exhilarating. Just your whole body is pretty much numb. Just from
And you're just like, holy
all
shit.
of your hormones and your adrenaline rushing through every part of your body, and it's just a surreal feeling. It's great.
It is extremely surreal. Like, if there's one word that I'd have to pick out to describe it, it would be surreal.
Right.
For sure.
Can you, like, thinking back on it, can you feel slightly how it felt?
Oh my God, yeah. Dude, you those memories, like, the feeling that you get from those types of memories just stick with you because it's a new emotion. Dude, so that new emotion that you felt,
kinda gives me
you can
goosebumps.
relate back to that. Yeah.
Kind of gives me, dude, because, like, those moments where you just feel like the absolute man, dude, nothing really compares to it. Because you're so in that moment, because you want to savor that moment so much. I'll be talking to Adam about this before his games. I'll be like, dude, make the most of this game. You're not gonna have this. Like, be fully present in this game. Like, dude, you would talk to Trent while you were playing games.
Literally, when I was playing with my little brother on the field, like, I always mentioned Trent, like, dude, you got to enjoy this. Like, this is all we have together.
Yeah.
You know, after this, we're never gonna be on the same field playing
ever
like
again.
this sport ever again.
Isn't that fucking
so just
crazy,
take it in,
bro?
enjoy it, and open your mind to your emotions in that specific.
That's
moment.
why. You keep going.
I think the way this kind of connects back to mindfulness is like exactly what you guys are saying. You're talking about telling people to be in the moment when they do something because it's not going to be there forever.
Ever
I
again.
think that it really does relate to mindfulness because so many people like miss out on events and experiences that they're experiencing right now because they're worried about something that's not what's in front of them right now. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, I remember this would always happen to me in summer lacrosse. It'd be like 5 games a day and like 85-degree heat. Like, everyone is just like dead. Like, I remember we went to one tournament where we played like 10 games in like 5 hours, like something ridiculous like that. And it just gets to the point where like I just started losing focus. Like, my mind's wandering. Like, I'm not there on the field. And every time that happens, like I play poorly. Like, when I'm not there, like when I'm thinking about like, oh, like what am I going to get to eat after the game? Or, whoa, I had a
can't wait to take a nap.
Yeah, I had a cool goal last game. Like, not thinking about the present. And
you just have to be fully involved.
Right. And I think when you are, like, you're able to play to the best of your ability because, like,
you know you're not gonna have it back.
Yeah, like whenever we play King of the Court, like I'm always so like in the moment because I want to win. Like, I really want to beat you guys.
You're so pissed when you lose.
Like, bro. I hate losing. Like, I'm trying to beat you guys like hard. Like, I'm playing hard.
No one likes losing.
And just being in the moment, like, it helps me come out like with the aggression that you would need to win a competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we have to correlate. You can correlate this to just general life. Like, this doesn't have to be a sport to where you're mindful. This could just be like us 3 sitting right here. Like, we're being mindful right now, and we're aware of what we're feeling. We're taking it all in, enjoying it.
Within 4 hours, we're gonna be at home in our beds, probably about to go to sleep.
Like, whoever is listening to this video, just take a step back
and be mindful of your situation.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, like sitting here in your bed. Like, tomorrow you'll probably be at school. Well, no, tomorrow's Saturday, so. Well, no, today's Friday, so they'll probably watch this on Saturday.
Who knows?
So, yeah, who knows what day they're going to fucking watch this on.
But wherever you will be when you're watching this or listening to it, just take it all in.
Take it all in.
Love life.
Right.
Every time, did I already say about when I get in the car, I focus on my breathing? I said that. So, yeah, just like sometimes, especially when I'm with the boys, bro. I remember this summer, we were chilling at Jay Wells' pool, and I look at you, I go, whenever I get anxious about life, I'm going to remind myself that moments like this are coming eventually.
Oh my God, yeah.
You remember that?
They'll always be in the future. It's just you don't know when.
Yeah,
but they're almost guaranteed. Not guaranteed because nothing is guaranteed in life.
Yeah.
But you can almost resort to that at the end of the day.
It's just one of those comforting thoughts, you know? Like, when you start to get overwhelmed, you just have to remind yourself that those moments of bliss and peace are making their way to you right now, but you have to go through these hard times to appreciate the good times that much more, you know?
You really do.
Yeah, I think like another thing that I've been thinking about a lot in the past couple of days from listening to Sam Harris is like a big part of mindfulness is being present in the moment, right? But another big part of it is is like really feeling like how you feel, like really observing and noticing what it's like to be you on a second to second basis. And one of the points that like he made that just blew my mind away, like completely changed the way that I think about things is like, think about anxiety. Like physiologically, anxiety is not that different from excitement. Like they're really close together.
So true.
And
nervousness, and excitement.
Yeah, and
same
people like
feeling.
I know we've touched on like the snowball effect and how like if you feel an emotion, like let's say you feel depressed, then you have a depressive thought, it adds on to the emotion, and then it spirals down. Right. But it's important for us to understand that our emotions that we feel on a second to second basis, they don't have any implications on who we are. Like just because you're in a state of anxiety or you have an anxious thought,
it's not
that doesn't define
like
you.
people will have that thought and then they'll just think,
oh, I'm depressed.
They'll like immediately jump in their head to like, oh, like, man, my life would be so different if I wasn't such an anxious fuck. Like, God, like I'm such a son of a bitch. Like,
it's so fast.
They'll just start thinking shit like that. But it's like, being in a state of anxiety or a state of sadness does not say anything about you except for in that exact moment, that is the emotion that you're feeling.
That is so true.
And if you can, like, like creating that space between you and the emotion, like, the feeling dissipates, like, pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Like, if you stop, like, subscribing to your own emotion and, like, confirming it in your head, you don't have to do that.
Don't let it define you.
Right.
It doesn't define you. It's just, like, one of those temporary things, like, nothing really defines you. See, no one. You're under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago.
Right.
So like,
really not.
You have no ties into anything, making you say that you are this person. Mm-hmm. Like I can change my mind in 10 minutes and say I'm not an entrepreneur anymore. I'm a doctor now. I'm gonna go be a doctor.
Yes.
Like I have that much control of my life. Like so does everybody else.
Yeah, and the beauty of that is that not only you're allowed to do it, but you're encouraged to do that.
Yeah.
Like if you're not changing your mind about things, then like you're not really growing.
No.
Yeah, dude, and a lot of people don't understand that when you're in those uncomfortable stages, it's like a slingshot. It's just pulling you back to launch you into something beautiful. So like those super uncomfortable times where you're just like, God, this fucking sucks. Why do I feel like this every day? Mm-hmm. It's just, I think it's just preparing you for your future, for like what you have coming for you. You know, like how to appreciate everything that you have ahead of you more when you have it.
Right.
That makes sense?
It's a deeper level of appreciation.
It's a deeper level of appreciation. And the power of appreciation is fucking unmatched, man. Like, we would talk about this all the time, bro. Like,
Dude, like, I appreciate this water bottle. Like, this is providing your body...
hydration.
With a key nutrient.
Dude, just appreciating the things that people kind of brush over is such a key to happiness.
It
like,
is.
To think about the things you don't have is to lose appreciation for all the things you do have. I mean, obviously, always strive to get things that fulfill you, make you happy, but why do you think those things are going to fulfill you if you can't be content with what you have? Mm-hmm. That's like, I posted a video on TikTok about it today. I was like, I'm going to stop caring about likes and views because how am I going to appreciate 968,000 followers? Or how am I going to appreciate 1 million if I can't appreciate 968?
Exactly.
You know, like I have to appreciate what I have now or I'll never... How am I going to appreciate a Lamborghini if I can't appreciate my BMW? You know,
exactly.
Like,
It's just appreciating anything and everything you have or that's in your life that is offered to you by the world. Like you can go down any path and find something and
appreciate
it.
Yeah, I really think like that point is spot on. Like people are so quick, I think especially nowadays, people are so quick to be like, oh, like fuck the government, like fuck the system, like keeping us down, like it's against the people. But they don't realize that they live in a house that has electricity, like plumbing, heating, AC,
roads to
like,
drive on.
When it's cold outside, you can go in your house and not be cold.
Yeah.
Like you can go to the store and get about damn near any food you want. You can go to the store and get anything you want to drink. Like, and all this stuff is like here perpetually. Like people like gloss over the fact that things have never been like, we've never had things as readily available to us as they are.
Dude, Amazon, fucking Amazon.
Anything you want to your doorstep.
Within 2 days.
Appreciate
Even
that.
the same day
your
sometime.
phone, you can connect with anyone
the phone.
anywhere in the world.
People sleep on their phones, bro.
Like this little
computer
device
gadget
can connect you with anyone, and like it's just the power within it is
in
great,
your pocket.
but I don't even want to get into
addicting.
the negativity about it.
It's an incredibly powerful tool. And the thing about tools is they're not ends in themselves. Mm-hmm. Tools are they're used by whoever is using the tool, obviously, like, so you can use your phone as an incredibly good tool that can connect you with all the people around the world that otherwise you would never be able to talk to. Mm-hmm. Or you can have that, like, the power of the tool work against you in something like maybe a social media addiction, maybe like catching like an anxiety disorder because you're so worried about like likes and views and stuff like
comparing
that. Like,
yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot that goes
both ways.
I feel that sometimes whenever like I've started to have I've had to become very mindful about this, but when my phone is not on my body or like I don't know where it is, like my body is in a state of fucking constant anxiety until I find that.
Yeah.
And I'm like holy shit, I need this.
It's because you kind of do need it to a certain extent.
But
to a certain extent,
again, you really fucking don't.
You don't. You don't. But you like.
If you want to stay connected on a deeper level, yes, it's great to have. But if you really are content with yourself and you don't need to stay connected, you can live without it.
Yeah, definitely.
Ty, I think, and I really like this. I think the conclusion that you're kind of like nudging us towards is that, like, talking to people like over what, maybe not. Well, we'll set aside phone calls for now. But like texting, interacting with people on social media, like electronic communication, is not a substitute for face-to-face interaction. Like, not at all.
Never will be.
Like, you need face-to-face interaction.
You do.
Like, you need that way more than you need, like, any, like, Twitter reply or Instagram comment.
FaceTime doesn't even cut it either. Like, I don't
really,
give a
it's
fuck.
not. It's not even close. No. Like, it's not even close.
But anyway, to appreciate the phone, the power of appreciation is also key to mindfulness. And I feel like
hand in hand.
I feel like knowing the power of your time is also a key to mindfulness. Not giving people your time that are just toxic and gonna waste your time. Because once I learned, like me and my mom were talking today, and I was like trying to work, and she's started ranting about how I didn't make my bed. I'm like, Mom, we could be doing so much more productive shit right now than ranting about me making my bed, because I'm not gonna make my bed anyway. Like, you know, like, it's just knowing it's just knowing the power of your time, bro. Like, giving it who you give your time to is so crucial, because like, obviously I give you guys a lot of my time because I benefit a lot from your guys' presence, because we're always improving each other.
We all benefit from each other's time.
Yeah. But like, obviously there's people that have friends out there that just drain them. And once you notice that, you have to take a step back and be like...
You have to be mindful about that.
Exactly.
That's how mindfulness comes in.
You're like, what do I really gain from this person being in my life, other than the fact that they're cool? You know, like, what are they providing to me? Not in in the most unselfish way possible. What are they adding to my life? What's the point of having them around?
Dude, we've talked about this, but if you have a negative relationship or a negative friend in your life, and you're like questioning it, you need to consciously be aware of the emotions that they're providing you and triggering within you. And this is where the mindfulness comes in. See how that makes you feel. And based off of what that makes you feel, you need to act upon that.
Exactly. Pull a trigger.
And sometimes it's just better.
Sometimes you got to cut people off.
It's just better that way.
I heard this one quote. It was like some really successful guy. He was like, "Show me your 5 best friends, and I'll show you your future."
Yeah, I think I've heard that one too.
Because who you surround yourself with is what you become. If you hang around 5 idiots, you're going to be the 6th.
Yeah.
If you hang around 5 rich guys, you're going to be the 6th. You know, it's just like your what is the word? Acquaintances have so much influence on your life. So you have to be so picky about who you spend your time with.
You do.
Yeah, I think the point you guys have just been dancing around so elegantly for the past couple minutes, but I haven't heard the word yet, so I'm going to touch on it, and I think it really brings everything full circle. And I think the key word here is attention. Like what you were saying, Alex, like your mom was giving her attention to the idea that she was going to try to like somehow get you to make your bed.
Yeah.
And her attention would have been better suited elsewhere. And to kind of tie it back to mindfulness is, like, mindfulness kind of at its core, like fundamentally, it's the process of shifting your attention from maybe your worries, any thoughts. Yeah. Any thoughts that might be intruding on how present you are in the moment. It's shifting your attention away from those, so much so that you don't even notice those thoughts anymore. Exactly. You're shifting your attention literally from the thoughts that your brain's constantly shooting out at you. You're shifting your attention from that into the present. Mm-hmm. So like for me to be mindful in this very situation, like I'm paying attention to you, like I'm looking you both in the eyes, like you're nodding as I'm talking.
Right, that's
like
attention.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Receptive.
Like, it's an interaction. Like I'm not just like lecturing at you guys. Like I'm watching the smoke flow by.
Because your brain can really only pay attention to one thing at once. Mm-hmm. So I heard this one thing. It was like whenever you're starting to have an anxiety attack, read words backwards, because your brain cannot focus on your anxiety and trying to read that word backwards.
Wow, that's actually nice.
That actually kind of makes sense.
Attention is all about mindfulness. And when you have your attention on the present moment, I would say you're pretty damn mindful.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. When I used to have my anxiety attacks, when I was towards the end of like having them, I would tell myself, I would be like, I'm not going to spend my time dwelling about something that's not going to benefit my future self or my current self. Mm-hmm. So I'm just not going to waste any time, because I can't get back that time I had like senior year when I was down in the shithole. Like, and I'll carry that with me forever. Like, it has taught me a lifelong lesson of knowing the value of time, because I can never let another moment just pass me by like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're completely right. I mean, that's why attention is so important. And like an old trick that I forget who told me, but an old trick that I learned to kind of combat anxiety, especially in social situations. And now that I think about it, it sounds exactly like mindfulness. Mm-hmm. But the trick is to shift your attention like outwards, like focus on the people around you.
Your outer...
Get out of your own head.
Your external reality.
Yeah, and I think the craziest part is that's like, without saying the word mindfulness, that's literally what it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what the advice is telling you, is to stop thinking about your thoughts and to start paying attention to what's directly in front of you right now.
When you're opening the microwave, watch your hand, open it, watch your other hand take the shit out of the microwave, close. Like, literally observe every single bodily function.
I love that.
Weird example,
like
but
when you're making food and your like arms and fingers are just doing everything, and you're just like, damn, okay, all right,
you're chopping shit. All right. It's so interesting to watch that shit, because you're like, this is all just my subconscious going to fucking work right now.
Yeah.
And it's just so entertaining, because you're so, once you take a step back and actually observe your external reality, you're just like, I'm tripping about stuff that's literally made up in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's such a great point. Like, again, like, it comes back to attention. I think another place that it's really worthwhile to shift your attention to is actually like your thoughts. But you can't, like, okay, so let's say I'm chilling here and I have like an anxious thought, like, oh, like, what if the camera angle is not making me look good? Like, that's not what I'm thinking, but just some petty shit, for example. Damn, forgot where I was going with that. Oh, wait, no. I remember. So it's like, instead of me like reinforcing that thought and like reinforcing that anxiety and like perpetually like keeping it going,
you're being
like,
more present.
It's like I just take a mental note of that thought, like, okay, that was an anxious thought, and then kind of like stand back, like, there's no reason for me to be anxious right now. I'm like just sitting here talking like to two of my friends. Mm-hmm. Like, there's not any reason for me to be anxious right now.
People do that all the time in social groups. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, well, this person's not looking at me at all. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe they're giving all the attention to them. Maybe he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Who the fuck told you that? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You made that up in your head.
It's like you have to take
that
note.
Snowball effect, man.
Yeah.
It just destroys.
Bro.
You have to be mindful of the negative thinking and the compound thinking. Just be mindful. Catch yourself.
Like, you have to take note of the kinds of thoughts that you have. I mean, because your thoughts don't define you. We've established that already. And, well, like, when you start to notice the kinds of thoughts you have, like, if you start being able to, like, when you have an anxious thought, like, damn, okay, that was an anxious thought.
Yeah, like, observe it.
You start catching it more.
Because then you have two perspectives. So you have the perspective of your subconscious, which is giving you these thoughts, and then you have the observer of these subconscious thoughts. So then it gives you two new perspectives, and you can make your own from those two, and you're just like, it's actually fucking wild how in depth that goes into.
I mean, and the craziest thing is I actually like tried a little bit of meditation the other day, because I had never had before. I wanted to see what the hype was about, and like as it took me a while to like kind of get past like the thoughts that my brain was pushing at me.
It's hard to
like,
clear your mind.
Like, what am I going to eat later? Like,
the random stupid subconscious stuff.
Like, talk to my brother the other day. Like, oh, like, when's my sister coming home? Like, just like.
Did you focus on your breathing? I found that to work the best.
Yeah, but the craziest thing is once I got past all those kind of surface level thoughts, like, the thoughts I was having, like, were really surprising me.
Yeah.
Like, I was incredibly, like, surprised with, like,
literally
what your brain can make up,
thinking.
you know?
Exactly.
It's fucking crazy.
Like it was like
you listen to any frequencies while you were doing it?
I didn't.
Bro,
I did it in
that
silence.
helps, but like silence is
it's good to have
so
both.
too.
I fuck with the frequencies though, bro. Like when I go on walks, I have 528 HZ in my ears. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I am a powerful ass fucking human. Like it's fucking crazy, bro.
What
like,
frequency did you say that
528.
was? 528.
It's the love frequency. Yeah,
love frequency.
That's literally what it's called, bro. And
it's love.
on
it's
Apple
like a
Music,
radio station.
Yeah.
the love frequency. It says manifest your greatness next to the frequency title. I'm like, all right, this shit's fire. So I'll listen to it while I work out even. And like,
damn.
I'll get like 5 more reps usually because I'll just be like, I'm way stronger than what I think I am.
So
you know?
in the zone. Just like, it's all in my head.
It's literally all in my head, dude. It's crazy. The power of those. And there's this thing called hemisync where it activates both sides of your brain at the same time.
Hemisync?
Yeah, bro.
I've never heard of that.
I'll show you it, dude. It's gas. It is gas. I'll plop it on at night before I go to bed. And it, like, I sit there, I get really comfy, and I don't move a single muscle. And it feels like I've sunken into my bed.
Hemisync.
Hemisync, bro.
Is it like a noise?
Yeah. But it's beautiful. It's so I can't even describe it, bro. Especially when you have headphones in, and you're sitting there, and it's just like you start thinking about how the fuck am I hearing this? Because it's like these sound waves are coming into your brain, and it's making you feel like it.
Yeah. You're familiar with binaural beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dibble-dabbled in that for a little bit, and like I remember like I had my headphones on one time. I was listening to binaural beats, and like it was like a certain frequency like in each ear, and like the way like, dude, I don't know the science behind it, but like
both sides,
it's insane.
Bro.
It's definitely a huge rabbit hole.
Dude, meditation
to fall
is
down.
fucking insane.
Meditation is crucial to mindfulness as well.
Yeah, because you start to reprogram your subconscious by doing that, and by reprogramming your subconscious, you reprogram your external reality. So you're literally changing your life just by diving into your thoughts. And then you realize, wow, my reality is literally just what I think of it. So like if I wanted to say like, wow, we're just a bunch of aliens, like if I firmly believe that enough, that's what my reality would be. Like we're all just fucking aliens. That's how crazy it is.
No, you really could shift your perspective of thoughts that much. Dude. It's so powerful. It's ridiculous.
I mean, the example I always think of it, and I think because when you talk about aliens, that's pretty up in the sky.
So, I don't even know why it came to my brain.
So let's bring it down here a little bit with a concrete example. So let's say you come home from school and like your sibling or a parent walks up to you and they're like, "Oh, how was your day?" Depending on your mood, let's say you're in a bad mood, they go, "How was your day?" It's like, damn, like they're really trying to like probe into my life like this. Like, damn, like I just came home from school. Like, let me have some peace. Like, damn. You can either have that thought or
that's so relatable.
You can either have that thought or they ask you how your day was. Let's say you're in a good mood and you go, wow, like I actually had a really good day. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm glad you cared about it. You know?
Exactly. The same action,
but
two completely different reactions, and it all depends on how you're feeling in that moment.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. That's why I've started to really watch what I say before I say it, or I've tried to, anyways. With you guys, it doesn't work that well because like I just
You're just ripping out thoughts out here. Like,
I will have no filter when I'm around you guys, but like when I'm in public. Or when I'm with people I'm not entirely comfortable with, I really watch what I say because once you say something, you can't unsay it, and people will remember that. So it's like, depending on my mood, I will really, really watch what I say because that could change that person's whole mood. So it's just your thoughts create your reality, and then by creating your reality, you're changing other people's realities. So by having a good mooded reality, you're ultimately just making the world a better place.
Most definitely.
You are.
Yeah.
And on that note.
Yeah. On that note.
Great place to cash it.
Yeah, great. Great 29 minutes. So I think that was actually a great podcast, fellas. I think that was great.
Felt solid coming off the fingertips.
Yeah, off dome. That was literally off dome. So I appreciate all you guys watching and listening. That was incredibly enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed talking. So we're starting to get quite an audience, and I'm pretty grateful for it. So
very grateful.
If you're here early,
extremely humbling. Yeah, extremely humbling.
So if you're here early on this wave, that's honestly
mad props.
Glad to have you here.
Glad to have you here early because this shit, it's gonna blow up pretty soon here. So
yes, sir.
We appreciate your time, and we'll see you on episode 13 next time.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.